threat posed by AI. During the Biden administration, there was a vague agreement on not using AI in.
Two scandals within 2 years. I'm Lauren Edwards in Ann Arbor with what folks are saying.
It's an open house for a proposed data center in Van Buren Township, but residents say they don't want it. We talk with both sides of the issue next.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Kinchin. It's been 1 day since news broke that Sharon Moore is out as head football coach at Michigan. Then news came that he was taken into custody by police being held in the Washtenaw County Jail. This scandal just coming off the heels of another. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards joining us live now from Ann Arbor with all the buzz around campus tonight. Lauren.
Dave Kinchin, as I should call you, I can tell you 2 scandals, 2 years, top of mind for many that we spoke with. I've been out here at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, all day talking to folks, and this is what they're talking about. But let's get into all the details and take a walk down memory lane because there's so much. Now, head coach Sharon Moore fired Wednesday afternoon after over an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. University of Michigan saying that they have, quote, zero tolerance for that. Then later, we learned he's in Washtenaw County Jail awaiting an arraignment. But remember, 2 years ago, it was the sign gate scandal, a scouting scheme and a sign stealing operation. The NCAA fining the university millions of dollars. Moore was suspended. Harbaugh, the former head coach, Jim Harbaugh, he was given a 10-year show cause order. Students shared their thoughts on these last 2 years and also what they hope for the future.
Well, I mean, I have nothing really bad to say. He really brought the, in my opinion, great values to the team. He was a great coach. So I mean, hopefully we won't have any more big dramas with that, and we'll be very careful with the people that we hire.
I think it's a little bit disturbing, and I think it sets a really bad tone for the university. So I think whoever they decide to hire next should be a really top-notch guy.
I think as fans, as disappointing as this is, I think it'll be an opportunity for us to get better and to improve the program. So I think at the end of the day, it might be a rough couple of years from here on out, but I think the next hire will be important, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Now, Sharon Moore is expected to be arraigned Friday afternoon, but coming up on the edge, what does this mean for the athletic director? We're going to get into all of that. For now, reporting live here in Ann Arbor, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Lauren, I know a lot of students have had thoughts on who the next coach should be, but have you heard anything about accountability measures and what accountability should look like?
Right now, I think it's just in the legal system, and the university did their part, letting him go. So right now, it's all legal. But a number of people saying that there might be more fallout to come from this. Only time will tell.
All right, Fox 2's Lauren Edwards reporting tonight from Ann Arbor. Thank you so much. Well, as we continue to follow this story, some are certainly wondering how the University of Michigan football program moves forward. Fox 2's Woody Woodruff is live in the studio tonight with more. Woody.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Sad, embarrassing, disappointing. These are just some of the feelings surrounding Sharon Moore's situation, but I'm going to focus on the football program and where Michigan goes from here. Obviously, there needs to be a head coach hire, but who will lead that search? Will it be current athletic director Ward Manuel? Many are starting to think that he also needs to be removed because of all the incidents that have occurred on his watch. But with the University of Michigan having an interim president right now, who is making the decisions? Who is charting the way forward? And with the transfer portal opening on January 2nd, who will the university decide on as the next coach? Well, we've got some names. All these listed have been talked about in one way or another, starting with Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer. Could he be pried away from a Bama squad that might make the national championship? The Maize and Blue already know what Jesse Minter can bring to the table as the Wolverines' former defensive coordinator, now with the LA Chargers under Jim Harbaugh. And the same goes for former Michigan offensive coordinator Jed Fish, now at Washington. Duke's Manny Diaz is also on the list. He's a solid defensive mind. And Arizona State's Kenny Dillingham is also on the list of possibilities. So while questions remain, the one thing that we know for sure is that Michigan, under associate head coach Biff Poggi, will meet Texas in the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Eve. Dave, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Woody. Well, Sharon Moore was set to make more than $6 million in 2025 as Michigan's head football coach, including a $5.5 million salary and a $500,000 retention bonus. Now, the money to cover Moore's salary and other compensation came from the University of Michigan's athletic department, not the state's general fund. But now that payday is in question since Michigan fired Moore, quote, for cause. Legal experts say the university may not have to pay out most of his remaining contract or any buyout, a package that could have totaled more than $13 million. Our coverage of this story does not stop here. We'll continue to follow every development as they happen. Fox 2 will be there in court tomorrow when Moore is arraigned, and you can catch up on all of our coverage on Fox 2 by heading to fox2detroit.com or using the Fox Local app. All right, well, if you stepped outside, you know it's cold, all right? Right? It's cold. Yeah, it's cold, right? You know, kind of like that scene from Goodfellas. Well, maybe not that one. That's a little grueling, but it's cold. And then somehow it got colder than that. Weather Authority Captain Rich Luterman watching the numbers plunge. Rich, how bad is it going to get?
Dave, it's going to get even colder for the weekend ahead. How about that? So we're moving in the cold direction. We are watching this weak system down here, bringing snow to central Illinois and southern Indiana. We did have flurries around today. Then late this afternoon, we had some holes in the clouds. There are some breaks in the clouds off to our north and west, but it is cold out there. 26 degrees here, 25 in Lansing, 21 up there in the Thumb in Bad Axe, 26 in Grand Rapids. Thankfully, the breeze is diminishing, so these wind chills are cold, but not as harsh as they could be if we did have a gusty wind. 14 the wind chill Pontiac, 16 Ann Arbor, 17 over in Windsor. How about some great live pictures from Traverse City? And you can see some of the colors of the season. Looking good up there, not quite as harsh. They have clouds in that Lake Michigan area, keeping them just a bit warmer. For us, it's going to get down to 16. A few more flurries are certainly possible. And then here's a peek at the next couple of days. 28 tomorrow, 22 on Saturday. Some flurries Friday night, more the same on Saturday. But in the forecast, and you'll see it, Dave, coming up in 20, we do have a warm-up for the middle part of next week. We're going to show you that 7-day ahead 20 minutes from now.
Warm is such a relative term, but it works. All right, well, another day, not another dollar, but another proposed data center that will cost a lot of dollars, this time in Van Buren Township. That's where the Fox Cam captured an open house to learn about possible developments of a facility there. Now, this facility, it's actually called the Project Cannoli, a very wild name here. But anyway, this organization is putting together this structure that would span about 3 buildings and run along I-94 from Haggerty to Hannon Roads. But many Van Buren area residents and business owners say they don't want it. They're citing environmental concerns and electric bills that they say could skyrocket.
There's environmental concerns, the water, nature, like wildlife, like where is everything going to go? I get so angry when I come out opposed to it and people say, well, you're using your phone. Well, 20 years ago, we didn't need data centers for that.
There's also the surveillance where everything is monitoring you. And at one point, they're going to have enough pictures and videos and audio that they can say we did anything they wanted to.
We actually went out and found land that was zoned data center by right. So the township's master plan said this is where they want data centers. So we're not asking the township or the community to put a data center where they don't want it, right? This is where it was planned to be.
Panattoni is the company putting it together. Supporters say that state law will prevent utility rates from going up if this project is built. There are currently about 10 data centers either proposed or approved across the state so far. All right, an update on a situation we've been following for weeks now. Residents at the Leland House Apartments in downtown Detroit still dealing with a renter's nightmare there. Just days after a bankruptcy judge allowed them to stay in their apartments because of a delinquent DTE energy bill, residents have been forced to evacuate. The building completely shut down. In a statement, DTE says the outage was caused by customer-owned equipment that cannot be accessed due to existing structural hazards inside the building. DTE says it's prepared to restore service whenever the owner can make the needed repairs. All right, up next, the video every parent needs to see. A child hops off a school bus in Romulus, and a speeding car almost takes them out. That driver ran, but police say, well, not for long. Plus, sentencing today for the man who attacked a 7-year-old girl at a Detroit park. You'll hear from the young victim and the heartbreaking impact this has had on her family.